guys, welcome back to another episode of Mavis and Me. Today I'm going to talk about the question, are Boerboels smart? I get this question quite a bit. People ask me, so are they smart? Is that a smart dog? And to be honest, I've only had one. I've only had Mavis. She's the only Boerboel I've ever had. However, I have a lot of experience with mastiffs, bull mastiffs, and quite a few of the rare breed mastiffs to kind of get a feeling for if they're smart versus those other breeds. Now, is a Boerboel a border collie? Nah, no. You're not going to get the like drive and like quick learning and some of that stuff that you can get with a border collie who's a real thinker. I mean, those breeds, a lot of the herding breeds and a lot of the sporting breeds are thinkers. They can kind of figure out what it is you want and get to the end game faster, right? Whereas most of the mastiff breeds are more like reactors. They tend to say, hey, this was successful last time, this is what I'm going to do from now on and hope that I get a treat out of it. They're not really thinking outside the box. I do want to say that Boerboels, I believe, are quite a bit smarter than most Boerboel owners give them credit for. Now, I see people saying, oh yeah, Boerboels are really smart, they're super smart, but then it doesn't look like their dogs know anything. So I don't think that they're necessarily being smart. I think they're just being, amiable. They're living in a household and not getting into trouble, which makes people love them and think, wow, this is such an easy breed. So they think they're smart, when in reality, they're not even hitting the surface of how smart their dog is. I know from experience that, Mavis tries really, really hard to please me. And not all Boerboels I've heard are that way. I think a lot of them could be a little stubborn, I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it. But not my dog. In my experience, Mavis will do whatever she can to make me happy. And if she doesn't understand it, she will keep trying and keep giving me effort to figure out what it is I want. And if she doesn't do it right, it's because I didn't communicate it to her properly. It's not because she's like, no, I don't want to. That's very, very rare for her to do something like that. And if she does that, I wonder, is she not feeling good? There must be something else going on, because she's super willing. She has a ton of work ethic. So I think a lot of Boerboel owners need to, work with their dogs a little more and see how truly intelligent this breed is. Mavis can do all sorts of things. She knows over 100 different commands, and reliably, not just like, maybe she'll do it, maybe she won't. She can do them, no problem. And so I would love to see more people work with their Boerboels and just see what they're capable of, because out of a lot of the breeds I've worked with, they're actually pretty darn smart. My Boerboel is super sensitive. She's very willing to please, and if she doesn't get it right and she sees that I'm disappointed, it crushes her. So I don't know, different personalities within the breed, you're going to get different reactions to, training and methods and whatnot. But with Mavis, I rarely have to say anything negative, just a stern, no, that just breaks her heart. That breaks her heart. Most of me working with her is really like revving me up. Like, oh my God, you did so good. Yay. Oh my gosh, treats, 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 right? And that's how I get a really willing worker out of her. The Mastiffs tend to kind of deadhead things because I think they get away with it as puppies and people just think that's how they are. When in reality, I've seen quite a few examples of Mastiffs and some of the rare breed Mastiffs where people started from a puppy with a ton of enthusiasm and rewarding that drive to keep the enthusiasm up, and they end up with dogs that actually have nice drive in competition and working out in the world. So I would recommend to you, when you get your puppy, to try to bring that enthusiasm level way up on the Mastiff type dogs. You don't necessarily have to do that with some of the maybe more hyper type breeds, but with the bull dogs, if you can get that drive way up here, then you're going to have a dog that will work for you and be excited and enthusiastic to do so. So that's it for this episode. If you happen to own a Boerboel, I'd love to hear in the comments how smart you think your dog is and what things you've maybe taught your dog to do. If you know somebody else who has a Boerboel that might like to chime in, share my video. There's no reason you shouldn't, right? Subscribe, hit the bell, link the thing, follow the whatever. I don't know, whatever that stuff is. You can also catch us on Instagram at something. Boerboel_service_dog, I think. I'm trying to manage my way through social media and I'm completely clueless. So anyway, that's it for this time. If you guys need any more information, just ask in the comments. I generally am pretty good about answering them. Talk to you later. Bye.